vehicle ready for winter weather. I sit down with State Patrol and DOT to talk about what you need in your vehicle and what to expect as you drive through those winter conditions. So now that we got a little taste of winter weather over Snoqualmie and Stevens Pass not too long ago, joining me I would say today, is Megan Lott from DOT, Doug Admonson, and Rick Johnson from the Washington State Patrol, pretty much to kind of dive into what we need to plan for, expect, and really know when we go into winter weather driving. So Megan, you manage mostly the Snoqualmie Pass region, if I'm correct on this one.
Right. Yep. So again, just like every winter, our crews are ready to plow snow, put down de-icer. We are looking at the forecast is kind of predicting a little bit of a wetter, colder winter on the pass with La Nina, but that doesn't really necessarily change our preparation. We prepare every year for whatever Mother Nature decides to bring us. So we're ready to go. And again, drivers just need to make sure that they're prepared. That's the biggest thing that we kind of see on the pass, and Rick can kind of maybe speak to that, is the fact that drivers definitely need to be prepared. They need to slow down and take it slow if they're going to be driving in the ice and snow, because again, just one little spin out can cause major backups and possibly even lead to closures on Snoqualmie Pass.
So Doug, now that we're in the middle of this pandemic and whatnot, are we going to see the normal volume that we would see winter weather driving wise, or what are you guys thinking moving ahead into the winter weather months?
We really have seen an uptick in traffic. In fact, some of the volumes are almost back to normal, but that's one thing that everyone really learned due to the pandemic is there are a lot of opportunities to stay home. Having that back of your mind, what's the weather doing, what's going on, and then making that decision, should I really be driving in tomorrow? Do I have an opportunity to work from home? Do you really need to be driving out on a really super snowy day? And since a lot of people already have the ability to work from home, fire up that laptop if it works for you.
Absolutely. So I'm going to bring Rick in here on this one, because when I went on our social platforms to talk about winter weather driving, the biggest question that I got was, does State Patrol really fine us if we don't have chains in our vehicle? So I need you to put this at rest for everybody that says, no, that doesn't happen.
Well, I can't remember a time that has happened, but you're required to carry chains whether you have all-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, whatever, at all times during, the winter weather. Traction tires are advised. If chains are required for vehicles, except for all-wheel drive, the all-wheel drive, like I said, needs to have the chains in there. If it's traction tires advised, then that's when the semis have to chain up. But the main thing, we want to keep traffic moving. And like Megan said, one spin out can cause a backup, which causes the plows not be able to get through, which can lead to a closure. So main thing is abide by those advisories. They're there for a reason, and they're there to continue to keep the pass open for commuters. Preparedness, that's what we really want to push out. Make sure that your vehicle is maintained, your tread depth is correct, you have the right kind of tires on there, extra food, water, blankets, just in case you get stuck.
Drivers also need to take the responsibility that, okay, do I feel comfortable driving in these conditions? Is my vehicle prepped and ready to go? Do I have the right tires? Do I feel comfortable driving in these conditions? So again, we can only do so much as far as messaging goes, but again, it really comes down to the driver and how comfortable they feel driving in those type of conditions.
Doug, what kind of measures are you doing in the Olympic region getting ready for winter weather?
Well, our crews are trained. We've got the salt, we have the de-icer that we put down. We train on that, and we work to get prepared. And you're probably starting to hear a repeated theme here, and that's where we're asking drivers to be prepared. One of the things outside of snow that comes up in Western Washington a lot are pretty significant windstorms where we can have roads closed for a while. The Hood Canal Bridge, for example, it can be closed for 6 hours at a time until the pressure on the locks is relieved. And I personally carry a blanket. I keep a charger for my phone. I make sure that I have a first aid kit. And with COVID, I have a mask and sanitizer in case I have to go out walk over to a store. So really, that preparation is key. We're gearing up, we're aware, and we really would want drivers to do the same thing.
You touched on a really good important message there too about, windstorms. We're also kind of coming into the rainy season. I hate saying this, especially in November, we start to worry about flooding. I mean, for instance, we hear the message, turn around, don't drown.
There's a reason why when we have a road closed sign up, the road's closed. Yeah, we know your driveway might be, a half a mile from there. Well, that's okay, and I'll just go around it. Well, in extreme flood, the road might be gone. Yeah, when those road closed signs are up, it's important.
Final thoughts going into this winter travel. I know that we're thinking about the holidays, and I know I'm thinking way ahead here because we're just getting into November, but what about Thanksgiving travel? Are we even concerned about mountain pass travel during Thanksgiving and Christmas?
So we don't see a huge increase in traffic volumes for Christmas or Thanksgiving. The major travel holidays are usually reserved to the summer. And like Doug had mentioned earlier, we actually saw kind of a break when the pandemic first started and people were staying home, and traffic volumes did decrease substantially. But as the summer progressed, those traffic volumes basically went right back up to normal. So in the winter, we see kind of a natural reduction in traffic volumes, especially around Thanksgiving and Christmas. But again, with the pandemic, people are trying to stay home. We're trying to encourage people to obey, the stay home order and try and do things that they haven't done over previous years. This isn't a normal year. The holidays aren't going to look that normal. So if they can try and stay home, especially when we're going to get a forecasted snowstorm, that would be the best advice, to just make sure that, you don't necessarily have to be traveling over the pass this year if you don't really have to.
All right. Doug, any final thoughts?
Just a little bit about the plows. The people who are running that heavy equipment are essentially driving an oversized load. And that is a big plow that's in front of them. And on the inside, they have a lot of things going on. They have toggles, they have switches, they have gears, they have radios, a lot of things they're doing to make sure that they're clearing snow and putting down de-icer. And the thing that's difficult for them is they wind up getting crowded by people who are coming up to the back of yes, we're moving slowly, but we have to. We can only go like 20, 25, 30 miles an hour tops, well below highway speeds in order to treat the roads well. And some other people wonder, well, where's the plow at? I haven't seen it. A lot of the plows have to go anywhere from 40 to 100-mile route. So the plows actually could be well ahead of you or well behind you while you're out on the road. You always hear is that some person gets frustrated by the slow-moving plow, and they make kind of a dangerous pass to get around them. And 3 miles later, guess what they see? They see the car in the ditch.
Absolutely. And Rick, I know you can attest to that. How many times have you been called to a call like that?
Well, in the few years I've been doing this, I think that you don't win if you get tangled up with a plow, first of all. And, our messaging is piggybacking on Department of Transportation's messaging. Give them space. They're there to keep the road passable for you. And yes, we've had people that have whipped around a plow. They're too impatient, and they end up in the ditch, like Doug's saying. They're actually going to end up spending more time waiting for us to come and write them a ticket.
Well, that just sums it all up. Give them space, be prepared, and don't drive unless you absolutely positively have to. Well, I appreciate the time from Megan, Doug from DOT, Rick, as always, always one to jump on here when we have questions, whether it be legal, illegal, or kind of clarifying everything. Of course, if you have winter weather questions, shoot me a message on any of the social platforms, even message these guys. Like, Megan, go ahead and give your Twitter handle real quick if they have questions.
Yeah, at Snoqualmie Pass on Twitter is our handle.
And Doug?
We're the Tacoma account at WSDOT_Tacoma.
And everybody knows Rick's. Rick, go ahead and give yours.
WSB-D2PIO.
So there you go. All of the social platforms, all of the social channels. If you have questions, you've got the 4 here that can help you out with anything on or off the roads.